So Halo Infinite could be in a world of trouble. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for stopping by. If you're new here and you want us to update on everything for the next generation, as well as see tons of videos when I get the consoles on day one, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. But for now, let's jump into this. So Halo Infinite, it is a game that has had a lot of trouble in recent times. Basically, it was supposed to be the big launch game for the Xbox Series X and S. And as we know, that game has been delayed. For me personally, I was pretty disappointed that it got delayed because I'm a huge Halo fan, one of my favorite franchises, and it easily would have been the game I was most excited for at the launch of the next generation. But them delaying the game to me is a good thing in the sense that if they are going to give us the best product possible, I'm happy with that. But it looks like the game could be in a little bit more trouble than I had originally thought. So Chris Lee, who oversaw the production of Halo Infinite at 343, has stepped down, has moved away from the game, and is looking for other projects. Chris Lee saying, "I've stepped back from Infinite and I am looking for future opportunities. I believe in the team and I'm confident they will deliver a great game, and now is a good time for me to step away." But Chris Lee isn't the first top director, top executive that has stepped away from the game. Earlier in 2019, in August 2019, Tim Longo, who is the creative director, and executive producer Mary Olson also left the project. Now there's a lot that could be read into this. There is maybe just a disagreement between the team at 343, between Microsoft and Chris Lee, or Chris Lee really just doesn't want anything to do with it anymore and he's looking for other opportunities like he's saying, and there really isn't any more development issues. But I think that would kind of be naive, basically because of what has been going on with the game itself. But when they showed off that first gameplay trailer of Halo Infinite back a couple months ago, there was a lot of backlash to it because of how it looked graphically. Now for me personally, graphically, yes, it wasn't the best looking game. I thought the gameplay looked a lot of fun, looked like great Halo gameplay in action, and I was actually excited about it. Actually, after watching that trailer, I was somebody who was on the opposite side, that I didn't think it looked that bad. I mean, the graphics weren't the best ever, but I thought in general it looked like it was going to be another great fun Halo game. But I definitely can see why people were kind of confused and upset as to what they saw. They were really hoping for this insane graphical upgrade from Halo 5, and that definitely wasn't what they got in that gameplay trailer. So Microsoft seeing this and 343 seeing this, they delayed the game. And now I don't know if they would have continued to push forward with it if there wasn't the backlash from this, because obviously releasing Halo Infinite with the Xbox Series would be a huge console seller, and they really wanted to hit that target date. Now if we take a step back and we look at what has been going on with Halo, it's been a pretty rough, rocky journey from when they started development after the release of Halo 5 in 2015 until now. But I don't know if you remember this report, but this was from August and basically talking about why Halo got delayed, what has been going on, and what are the issues. Firstly, obviously they were building the game for an unannounced console. They were building a new engine for the game, and there was COVID-19. So that obviously all plays a role in it. New stuff, developers have to learn how to use it, how to pull the most power out of it. That obviously is all going to play a role in its delay. On top of that, apparently there was a big challenge because a significant portion of the game was being outsourced to third-party contractors, and people were disagreeing with this. People wanted to keep the game in-house and not contracted out to third parties. And obviously this was because Microsoft really wanted to make sure that this game was going to get complete, and they probably didn't have enough manpower in-house to do it all. But one person familiar with the company's plans indicated that they believe the outsourcing for Infinite was a ratio higher than a typical studio undertakes during development, which has caused significant headaches for cross-development collaboration. So obviously that's going to lead to a lot of disruption with the development team, going to lead to a lot of headbutting, which eventually leads to the delay of the game. And then more reports also came out about the development and how it was challenging, and there were significant disagreements internally, which led to Tim Longo actually leaving in 2019. And Mary Olson, who took over for Tim Longo but then subsequently left in October of 2019, had said that there were no creative dilemmas inside the studio. But I mean, they're going to say that, and clearly there is something going on, because this is now with Chris Lee stepping away, the third top executive, third top director of that game that is moving on to something else. And then finally, they were also saying that production on the Halo TV series Showtime has seen significant distraction for 343 management. So obviously they're taking some of their attention away from focusing on working on Halo Infinite and working on this Halo TV series. Now, putting all that together, what does this really mean? I honestly think now, I didn't think this originally. I thought that maybe they were just delaying it because they definitely just wanted to polish the game, because they wanted to make it more next gen. They wanted to really enhance the way it was going to look on the Xbox Series X and S. But now I'm thinking there's definitely a lot more internal turmoil on the direction of the game itself, because there's no way another top director steps away at this point in its life cycle with the delay and everything if there isn't some sort of headbutting going on at 343. And it has me concerned because I want this game to be amazing. This can't be a flop. Halo Infinite cannot be a flop on the Xbox Series X and S. It has to really be a great game. They really have to knock the campaign out of the park. They really have to knock that multiplayer out of the park. And if they do, it's going to go a huge way at pushing forward Game Pass, of pushing forward the Xbox ecosystem. It is honestly, in my opinion, one of the most important games of this generation when it's going to come out for Xbox. Because Halo is a beloved franchise. Master Chief is a beloved character, and they can't make the same mistake they did with the Halo 5 campaign. Now, I still have faith. I know I sound very negative right now on this, but in reality, I still do have faith that Microsoft isn't going to screw this up. Whether that means releasing the game in 2 different parts, the multiplayer and then the single player. If the multiplayer is ready to go before they finish off the campaign because they want to make sure they have the best story possible, I'll be okay with that. I mean, the multiplayer in Halo 5 was really, really good. Probably one of my favorite Halo multiplayers. It was a lot of fun. I liked everything they added to it. It was faster paced, and it really was just engaging for me. Now, Chris Lee stepping away will probably delay this game, or we won't know how much it's going to delay it more because they did not give us a date of when it's going to be released. They just said in 2021. But this may mean that it gets pushed into 2022. You never know. I'm thinking now with this, there's no way this is coming out in the new year, in the early new year at least. It's coming out in the holiday season of 2021 at the earliest. So probably next November. We're probably gonna have to wait another year for Halo Infinite. And I mean, there are so many good games coming out. There are so many good games to play right now. I'm okay with waiting. I'm okay with waiting as long as they don't screw it up. Because like I said, it is imperative that they do not mess up Halo Infinite. So on my standpoint, I'm like, take as long as you need to make sure that this project does well. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this. Do you think there are major issues within Halo Infinite? Do you think I'm kind of overreacting to this? Do you think that this game is going to turn out well and they are going to knock it out of the park? I would really love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel and you like what you see and you want to stay up to date on everything for the next generation, as well as see lots of videos on the next gen consoles when I get them on day 1, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of that. I really appreciate all your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.